Hello, and welcome back to my channel. It's the Spirit Cowboy, back as always with my co-host, Daisy. Daisy the bird. Say hello, Daisy. She doesn't want to. Today, actually, I would like to talk about Daisy. Daisy and therapy pets. Therapy pets uses as a companion and treatment of ailments and disorders of a multitude. So first, I would like to start off with a little disclaimer. I am not a medical doctor. I am not a psychotherapist. I am not a certified behavioral therapist. I'm not a therapist of any kind. I am simply a fellow sufferer, and I would like to help the world get rid of that. Oh, she doesn't want any more crackers. She's a pretty girl. Okay, so with that being said, if you are feeling down, if you're feeling too far down, and you have thoughts of hurting yourself or hurting others, please go seek help. It is not, anything to be ashamed of. And sometimes medication is the answer. I just don't think it's the answer for me. And I'm trying to help people in an alternative way to medicine. But I'm not against medication. Sometimes it is, it's a thing. You don't have to stay on it forever. You take it to do a little therapy, watch my videos, and get different perspective on the world and how it works, and then you'll be off of it in no time. No more crackers for you? You just want to chew on my necklace? Alright, so I'm going to give you a little history about Daisy. Daisy here is a Goffin cockatoo. She's got that pretty little peach color around her face and in her umbrella, is that called? What's that thing that shoots up on top of your head? I don't know. She doesn't know either. But yeah, she's got a peach color back there too. Or like an apricot, I guess, would be the appropriate color. It's more reddish than it is peach. But I got her from a bird store in Chicago, Illinois. And she is just the sweetest little bird. I fell in love with her right away. She ran up my shoulder and I couldn't get her down. Apparently she's a little camera shy though. See, when they fluff their feathers up like that, they're all comfortable with you. So I'm going to explain to you what a therapy pet is and what the functions of a therapy pet also are. A therapy pet, or as they refer to them in science as animal-assisted therapy pets, date back to the late 18th century. Dr. William Tuke, or Tukey, spelled T-U-K-E, he worked at the York Institute in England. And he was the first to introduce pets as a therapy. He would let the patients walk around in the yard where they had small domesticated animals. And he noticed that it greatly improved the morale of the people in there. Therapy pets, their function is to improve your cognitive abilities, your emotional stability, morale, and just a multitude of benefits. They have tons of benefits as far as all that goes. There was a research paper conducted, it's called the Wilson's Biophilia Hypothesis, in which case it was brought up, pretty much to summarize the hypothesis was that we depended on animals as a early alarm system pretty much, and a big part of our survival in primitive time was based on whether or not an animal alerted us. So when we see an animal in today, our primitive brain, if we see them calm, relaxed, doing things like this, she's just chewing on my necklace and having the time of her life. Hopefully she wants a cracker so she can quit chewing on me. She doesn't want the cracker. See, she threw the cracker. Miss Sassy. Boy, the attitude on her today. Anyway, so yes, that paper concluded that it's very beneficial to us to have animals around on a psychological level, because they were, like I said, our early warning system for danger, threats, and whatever may be. They would listen to the forest or whatever, and if you heard no animals, there was probably something coming. Or if you heard, loud screeching, also probably something was awry. So the earliest use of pets were, as in therapy, were in England late 18th century, I believe 1792 was the year when that was all introduced. Now, we were dependent on animals for just a wide range of different types of activities, from plowing fields to transportation to companionship, and we've been dependent on them for so long. It's no wonder why therapy pets haven't been in existence forever, and there very may well have been the use of pets in therapy earlier. That's just our first recorded was about 1792. Now, how animals can affect depression and anxiety. Look at that, she's dancing. That makes me happy right there. This is the cutest thing ever. Who's a pretty girl dancing? Anyway, how it affects your body physiologically on that level is by increasing your endorphins. The feeling of well-being and calm, euphoria, these things come from being able to pet your animal and when they give you snuggles and hugs and whatever. Also, it reduces bad hormones or bad chemicals like cortisol. That's the stuff that gives you the love tub. Nobody wants to walk around with that. So maybe I can do my own research on whether or not having a therapy pet can get a little weight off of you. That would help depression and anxiety, I'll tell you that. You can't help but, feel great if you look great. Am I right? Okay. So pretty much my brief little scientific conclusion is our dependency on animals actually directly correlates with our feelings and our emotions. So, the research is still a little not up to date. It's a little weak as far as that goes. But I mean, if you're having any doubts, go look at your friends who have their little quote-unquote fur babies, or any of the social medias. There are giant websites, the Pet Collective being one of them, that has thousands of videos, and these things get shared by the millions because pets are they're just fantastic, and the love they give has been studied on scientific level. Again, the research hasn't really caught up all the way, but I mean, it's definitely got some pretty strong backing. And me personally, I remember when I was in the hospital and they had a dog come in for me, and these people are trained. They're trained professionals, them and their dog. The people who come into hospitals and hospice and retirement homes and all these places, they are trained to help you with any kind of problems you may be having. And so when that dog jumped on my bed and he was snuggling up and loving on me, man, I was weak and so sick. And hello. Anyway, so I'm petting the dog, and it really did. It really made me feel just so much better. Which brings me, yes, to my favorite portion of any of my videos, the spiritual connection. Love is probably the best thing you can get from your pet. Look at that. She's just so happy. And love is pure energy, man. It just is. And energy flows through us all. It's what all of us are made of. It's what everything you see, touch, feel, smell, that's all what it's made of, is energy. And animals don't want anything from you. They want just to be loved. They want your attention, your affection. And that is an incredible feeling, man, to get that kind of, reciprocation. When you're feeling down or isolated, you have someone that depends on you and that you depend on back. That is a great feeling. Even as far back as the ancient Native Americans used animals and totems, your spirit guides and whatnot and what have you, and they were considered, very high in the spiritual realm. They were guides in the afterlife, and they would help you in the world that you're living in now. Even the ancient Romans and ancient Greeks in battle would have their armor just, with depictions of animals on them, and you know, their favorite horse back from home and whatnot. So animals have made a huge impression on us all. And also, if you look at anybody's family crest, there's usually some depiction of eagle or you know, some other strong animal. And you know, these animals are symbols of, you know, strength and honor and honesty and all of these different things. And that's why they were placed upon people's family crest, because they were you know, meant to show greatness and pride and all of this, you know, all of this type of emotions and stuff that get pulled out of you when you have your animal. So I guess what this video is truly trying to say is, you know, love and be loved, and pets can be a great way to help you through hard times and to, you know, push you on along your spiritual path. I mean, animals are great to have around, you know, especially for spiritual people, because they heighten that awareness and they heighten that spiritual ability. So yeah, if you can, you know, if you can afford it, or you know, even if you can, you know, go to your friends' houses and go to different places where, I mean, hell, they got cafes now for places for animals, you know, like cat cafes or dog cafes. There's a whole island in the Bahamas with pigs on it. You know, get out there and really, you know, just get yourself around an animal and see if it doesn't help you out just a little bit. All right, namaste, cool, y'all.